And the type 8, yes, could you please say your name?
My name is Saif Tarek.
Saif. The first question to you would be, we can start, how did you know your type? Yes. How did you know that what type you are?
Well, because I started learning through the Enneagram program, so I discovered what's my type and what are my strengths and weaknesses.
And can you please specify something about what exactly came to your mind? Yes, this is me. This is type 8 me.
Which, when I'm, for example, in a group, I always like to be the first. I like to be competitive. And if I find a challenger, I like to challenge them.
That's the age.
Let me just give you just a little bit of information. When I was a young person, I was just like you. Actually, probably until I was 40-something. And then I realized that to have real power was to be vulnerable. When you're vulnerable as an 8, people like, wow, it blows their mind. So one of the things I encourage type 8s, once you've identified yourself, is to cultivate your vulnerability. Know that you don't have to be in charge of everything. Even though it feels like we should be. Sometimes you can just let a 6 be in charge and it works out fine.
Thank you for trust. Saif, a question that we are really wanting to hear here as parents. As type 8, how would you like to be parented? How would you like the parents to speak to you, to treat you?
Well, I would like my parents to know that I'm a young man lately, as I can see, so I would like them just to treat me as a young man, not as a child, I just want them to give me freedom,
Can you tell us a little bit more specifically what that looks like?
Well,
Please.
My father, I think he's a type 4, or type 7, because he always says, what if? If I just go to the end of the street, he gives me a phone and he tells me, call me if anything happens, call me if someone will steal you, if someone will kidnap you, if a car will hit you, call me.
Probably a 6, but yes, go ahead.
Probably a 6, I don't really know.
So he's demonstrating that he really cares about you, and he demonstrates that he cares about you. It's not that he wants to control you. He's trying to say, I love you, and if you need me, reach out to me, right? Okay. Sometimes for 8s it can feel like controlling. Yeah. You want to say a little bit more about that?
Just because, for example, I have many friends, my father doesn't allow me to go visit them, nor go even to the club with them. He tells me it's too dangerous, I don't know them, I need to know their parents, I need to know their family, otherwise they could be bad. All of these just what if. He doesn't give me the trust that I can take care of myself.
And so, may I ask, how does that make you feel when he tries to, protect you?
I feel very bad because I feel controlled. I can't do anything about it. I just have to agree.
Yes.
I can't even negotiate with him because whenever he sets his mind on something, it has to happen.
And what happens inside of you when that happens?
I get very pent up with negative energy.
And then what?
And then it just exposes me with my vulnerable emotions.
Do you get angry?
So it depends on the situation. Sometimes I get angry. Sometimes when I can't take it anymore, I get very, very sad. And I can even tear up.
People don't know that about us, but we're kind of melancholy and sad, very sad. Yeah.
Just we don't show it.
No, we try not to. But there's a guy back there, Khaled, he'll teach you. He's working on it himself.
Thank you, Saif. Thank you very much. Can you go on with, do you want to add anything?
I would like just to thank the both of you for the Enneagram program because it helped me discover more about myself. And it helped me discover just what I am and what do I want to be. Because before I was always thinking about others. I never thought of myself. I never knew what I wanted. So I was only focusing on what other people need. I never thought of what do I need. I don't even know what's my favorite color. Thanks to the Enneagram, I found out myself as if I'm looking at myself through another perspective. So it helped me know more about myself.
That's wonderful because people don't know this about us, type 8s, but we're self-forgetting. And so we're so busy protecting and taking care of everybody else that we sometimes, don't even know what's going on with us. So that's good that you're starting to know and that you can come forward with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both very much. Very touching.
Yeah.
We can go on with.
Let's just go around and if we run, we'll come back again.
Yes.
Okay?
And we'll go to type 9. Okay. And the question I would ask you, what about your advice to the parents? Or how would you like parents to treat you? What should they do less? What should they do more? Anything from type 9 to all of us.
It's not really advice, but like procrastinating isn't actually being lazy.
It's not lazy.
Yeah.
We thought it was.
That's absolutely true. Procrastination is not lazy.
Yeah.
My teacher said there's nothing that beats an 8 like a 9, meaning that 9s are the most stubborn of all types. And you guys tend to know what you don't want. Sometimes it's hard to know what you want, but you know what you don't want. And my son, by the way, is a 9. He's Vera's papa, and he knows what he doesn't want, but not what he wants all the time. But now he wants another child, so he's kind of catching up at 40, what he wants, so that's good. And I think people really need to know that you're not lazy. This has nothing to do with laziness.
Yeah, it does not.
Now, I want to say while we're going, please pay attention to the different energetic, what's the word I want? Please see how they're presenting energetically, is what I want to say. Please notice the difference in how they come forward. And you know this in your own types, but this way you get to see it with children who are very young and not holding it so fixedly.
Yeah, I also like not receiving a lot of orders. Like, I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah, of course. What is it that you want to do?
Nothing.
So the question would be, so how do you know that you would do?
So when you say
Apparently you have to do it. So what should you give us advice as a mother of type 9? What should I do? How should I trust you? Or tell me.
Be calm.
be calm. One of the great things that type 9s teach us is how to be chill, right? And there's something important. All 9 types create, that symbol of unity consciousness, and there's something really important in a very fast-paced world about learning how to chill. And you guys teach us that so beautifully. And then there are parents who are like, well, the trash has to get out and this has to get done. That feels like controlling sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What do you want them to know? What do you want your parents, are they here?
What would you like them to know?
What would you like your parents to know about your need to chill?
I just said it, like less orders.
You wouldn't like to be pushed, is it?
Yeah.
Less orders. Okay, I got it. Don't tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You got it handled.
I don't like to be controlled.
Yes, none of the 8s, 9s, or 1s want to be controlled. Or 7s. I got my little side guy. My buddy.
Thank you, Ali, very much. We have another type 9, maybe you have something to say, right? So, about your advice to parents, or how would you like parents to treat you, to speak to you?
When I'm indecisive, they should not rush me, because when I'm trying to choose something, I can choose it fast. I have to take a while, except 5 minutes or so. And then I would choose. I can choose on the go. Like if we're going to eat, you can't just ask me, so where do you want to go? Then when I don't answer, okay, let's go there. You have to wait to choose and see. It's
to be more patient.
That's an incredible piece of advice for your parents. You know, let the 9s, 5s, and 4s come forward in at their speed. You know, they need to think about it. They're the withdrawn types, and they want to come forward. They want to think about it. And first they want to think about what they don't want, and then eventually they'll get to what they want. But if you say, well, maybe you should do it this way, they're going to immediately say, no. Let me think, right?
Yes.
Yes, anything else?
Like when I'm procrastinating, don't rush me, because at the end I still will do the important thing. And for example, I will study at the end, or I will do the important thing. And when you come and see me laying on the couch doing nothing, know that I will do it at the end. If you come and rush me and tell me, okay, go study, go do that, I will purposely not do that.
That's
I
right.
will purposely not do it.
Yeah. You are the 9s are the most stubborn, and so you'll purposely not do it because. Do you know why you won't do it?
Because I want to be free, and I want to do it when I want to do it.
Well, one of the things that we're going to notice is that all of us want to be free, but however we think as parents that we need to control them. That, you know, if we don't control them, that they're going to turn into slugs or sloths or something like that. That doesn't happen, does it? You get it done, but you want to do it at your own pace. Like you said, it's a skill and an art to rest. It's a skill and an art. And parents need to learn that from their children.
That's true.
My son had dreadlocks, which is interesting for a little white boy, which required him to put toothpaste and all kinds of crazy things in his long hair. You know what dreadlocks are? Yeah, he had dreads.
Please.
Yeah, for years. And it was my worst nightmare, but that was important to him, so I let him do that. Because if I tried to get him to do something different, it wouldn't have worked, right?
Thank you very much.
You know their ages before they got their
Yes, yes.
Names and
is,
16.
Ali,
Turning 15.
turning 15. Ibrahim,
I'm turning 15 too.
turning 15, meaning 14.
Thank you. We're going to ask you not any more questions, but thank you. That was our error. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Okay, and we can move on. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys, for your openness. And type 1, please respect. Type 1, please say your name and your age.
Yes.
So people know.
My name is Sulev, and I'm turning 11 soon. And I'm type 1.
How do you know you're a type 1?
I noticed that the little things I do have something to do with type 1. And the more I learned about it, the more I realized that that's me. Because, for example, if I see colored pencils in just a random order, I would go crazy. I would lose my mind. I have to put them in like random order. And another example is that I want myself to be better, and I want the people around me to become better too. Like, for example, if my brother is having a test, I would try to stop distracting him. Like, I would close the TV, I would leave him in a room by himself, and I would try to help him because I want him to get better grades, I want him to improve.
Thank you. And that's really important. And tell me about these randomly ordered pencils.
I just go crazy when I see them.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. But can you do you know why you go crazy when you see random disordered
Because
things?
I want everything to be perfect. I want it to be in order. I don't want chaos. I want perfect.
Yeah. Do you know that you're already divinely perfect? Do you know that?
I don't think I'm perfect yet.
How about well, let me reassure you, it's true that you are perfect, you are divinely perfect. I said to my kids, God does not create junk, okay? And number 2, we're perfectly imperfect as humans. So it's okay for us to be a little imperfect. It's kind of nice. Gives us a little spice.
I'm trying to improve.
What if I told you that you're perfectly imperfect and trying? You'll just automatically be perfect. More perfect as you grow older. It's hard to believe, I know.
That will be developing and will be seeing her own way with the work of the Enneagram. I would like to ask you a question that I was asking before about how would you like your parents to speak to you?
I would like them to treat me as a wiser person because things that bug me also bug them as adults. I don't want them to think that I'm just a child. I want them to know that I can still think in the same way that they think. So I don't want to be treated like a child.
Right. You're already more perfect than they are, right? So maybe they should take lessons.
What would you like your parents to do more or different? Maybe they didn't do it before in the family routine, family day.
I want them to be more open with us. And I want them to start making healthier decisions.
Healthier.
Please, parents, make healthier decisions.
Healthier like food.
And like start to be more active.
More active.
Oh, like maybe they should exercise.
What about fun? What about relaxation?
I'd like them to chill.
To chill.
Because sometimes little things can make them really angry. So I would like them to be a bit more peaceful and like when they have problems, they treat them in a calmer way instead of going crazy.
Do you ever become angry? What about anger in your life?
I do become angry, but I think it's wrong because when I get angry, I will try to cool down very quickly because when I'm angry, I can make wrong decisions which I can then regret, and I don't want that to happen.
You know, can I just really? This is what we say out of the mouth of babes. I don't know who your parents are, but they're doing a fabulous job. Other than you need to exercise, okay? And chill. Okay. So, you know, what's important, and I know we want to make sure we get everybody, but what's important for you is when somebody gets angry, that feels like something's wrong inside of you, and it upsets you, doesn't it?
Yes, I don't like to be angry, but it happens.
It comes, that's right. We have feelings, and they're okay. They're okay feelings. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Suyat. And we would go on to the hard types. Okay, please say how old you are and say your name.
My name is Amina and I'm turning 15.
Thank you very much.
And your type?
Yeah, and your type.
I'm type 4.
Okay. So, please tell us anything about you in type 4 that clicked with you, that you thought, wow, it might be me.
It was really difficult for me to find my type, but by the end of the course, I found my type because at every type, I stopped and said, this is me, but I then figured out that they were all connected, so that's why it was so difficult for me. But type 4, I felt that it really was me.
And what was it exactly?
It's known to be the most creative type, and I would call myself creative, and all the characteristics of type 4 really clicked with me. I felt like that was me.
Okay, there's something. What about some mood, some melancholy, some sadness? Do you have it sometimes already or at this age?
Yes, I'm very emotional. I can be very happy and very sad at the same time.
You know, one of the great gifts of your type is that you teach us how to deal with emotions because you are the princess or the queen at dealing with emotions, and that's amazing. So thank you for teaching us this.
And the question that we were asking the previous teenagers, how would you like your parents to be speaking to you?
I would like more freedom and more trust. I feel like everything I do, they question it. At some point, they question it. But, for example, yesterday, I was supposed to go to my friend's house, and I thought that my mom didn't really listen to me when I kept begging her for 3 hours to go to my friend's house, and she finally, at 9 p.m., she let me go to my friend's house.
Okay, she did. She did. So how would this freedom?
Perseverance pays off.
Yeah. So you mentioned freedom. How would it look like for you? Okay, that you would say, "Oh, I'm given freedom."
Freedom for me is for them to have me like explore my like hobbies and the things I'm interested in and what I want to do.
Okay. So you feel they would give your creativity a go.
Yes.
Trust you in that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We'll have to be faster, understand in time. We're squeezed in
Yeah,
time.
it's okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Amina.
Season. This is new for you.
Yeah. Okay. Please say.
You know, if he doesn't get to speak, he's gonna like.
Yes.
He's over here having conversations with me. Entertaining. He's gonna keep talking, so we might have to segue.
Please say your time.
Thank you so much.
I'm Habiba, I'm 18 and I'm a type 4.
So you're
Okay,
the oldest.
yes, can I please say something? Habiba was a very special student of the school. Habiba started, of course special. Why? Because Habiba started studying with the Enneagram Egypt like 3 years ago or
Before Enneagram Egypt was Enneagram Egypt. It was Econ, and I did some courses 5 years ago.
Yeah, so it was before the program for Enneagram for teenagers only. So Habiba, being 14 or going 15 years old, started studying with adults. And Habiba was the youngest child of the Enneagram community.
How was that for you, Habiba?
As a little backstory, I was kind of dealing with depression then, and I kind of needed a way out. And these courses then were the way out. It just felt like it was a new coping mechanism. It was a paradigm shift and a different way to see things. So the content, it wasn't Enneagram then, it was mindfulness and more inner work. It was not related to Enneagram, but it was very beneficial. It got me out of that spot.
And so, did it get you out of it, or did it allow you to be present to it without making it bad or wrong?
It gave me insight and the ability to see that I am not my emotions.
Yes.
Having this kind of presence or ability to sense that this ego structure is not what I am, and that this suffering is not innately a part of myself. With this dissociation, I started to kind of develop out of the pathological state.
So this is a work of a child being there those days for some years. So that's why we have here diversity from 11 years, from 10 years old to 18.
Well done, Natasha and Colin. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, and
Thank you so much.
yet I will
Very
still
well
ask the same question as we are asking everyone. How would you still be like to be spoken to be treated by your parents?
Okay, I think I don't feel parented as much right now because with new faces and everything, but I can still really relate to how I was feeling a few years ago. I can remember it quite vividly, And I think something that would have really made a difference, and that I would advise parents with type 4s, is to really acknowledge their emotions and not acknowledge that, oh, you know, I've heard in Enneagram courses the type 4s, oh, they're really emotional, so I acknowledge that you have these emotions. Acknowledge that they really genuinely have these emotions and that they are valid.
Yes.
Validate that they are feeling how they are feeling and appreciate it.
Yes.
Don't take it as, and you know, when we have this, we also say that to give an example, that 8s are very controlling. But we say, oh, they're controlling because that's what 8s do.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like 4s, oh, they're emotional because that's what they do. That you need to live the experience with them and really validate it and acknowledge it. And acknowledge their pain and validate their pain, especially and even if you are the cause of that pain.
You know what, can I, amen, right? So let's talk, I'll be back in October, perhaps we can do a course together.
And to kind of elaborate on that, Kenny, there's been, and this has been on like social media a lot the past while, that we don't realize that our parents are growing up while we are.
Yes.
And I think parents should also see that from their perspective, that I'm growing up, I'm developing while I'm trying to develop my child. But they really need to open up that space for themselves to see that they are not this perfect being that is then trying to alter the kid.
Right. Remember the slide that I had that said that? That's a slide, we had a slide that said that. That's so well articulated. They need to know, they need to do their work.
Yes.
We as parents need to do our work.
And the one and only way to be a better parent is to be a better person. Yeah, and we
Yes.
have this idea that we can learn all these methods and tips and tricks on how to deal with children, but if you imagine it, like if you have a dancer, and they're just learning all these moves they have to make, it won't be a dance, it'll be a robot show. But
There will
so
be no passion.
when they just do it and it flows, it's something completely different, it's something with a completely different essence and it delivers what it needs to.
Wow.
Through parents working on themselves, you need the parenting styles, of course, they tell you where to look, but the emphasis should be on having a relationship which flows with your child.
And who's your parent? Can I know who your parent is?
This is the parent. Thank you very much. And this is really a message for the parents. For us.
I mean, this is the message. I mean, I couldn't give a better message. This is the perfect message. This is what we were trying to say. So
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yet we'll have to move and to the head types. Oh, guys. Do you have the microphone there?
yeah.
Yep. So please tell your name.
Thank you so much.
Guys, thank you. Please tell your name and your age.
My name is Hassan and I'm turning 15.
What type?
Type
5.
5. Type 5. How did you know you're type 5?
Well, I started Enneagram about like a year ago, and when we were thinking about like type 5 and how they react to different other types and how they behave in general, I noticed that I fit into that category.
And what exactly was there about you?
People that they like to like take in knowledge, and I noticed that I love to read, for example, and take knowledge from the books or things that I watch or read. And they also are okay with being alone, like they don't need to be in a social group. And I noticed that that's
Yeah, they shouldn't force you into like socializing, right? Just let you hang out if you want to hang out. You don't need a suntan or anything like that. You can just be you and read a book, right?
There was something once in the course like compartmentalizing. How is it about you? Do you have something like that, like systems and?
yes, sometimes, like for example, when we have school projects, I like to first look at, like, read the instructions, think about it,
plan out how I'm going to do the project, and then I'll bring my, for example, teammates, and we'll split the work together.
So they do, you think?
No, I also do.
You do? Like do. Okay, so tell me please about the question that I was asking before. What about you wishing for parents to be interacting with you in which way?
First of all, I'm grateful for my parents because they're amazing, but there's only one thing I'd like them to change, is if I seem down, they shouldn't force me to tell them what's wrong, because sometimes I'll just be tired, for example, and I'll be sad, and if there is something, usually I have to think about it and look back at my day or like my week, and then I will go to them if there is something wrong, so they don't have to like feel bad for me.
So it's something about your emotions? It takes time for you to deal with your emotions, or what is it?
It's because type 5 doesn't like emotions in general, and they feel like it will like take away their energy. So I like to think about like why I might be like sad. For example, did something happen earlier on, or maybe there's something else. So that's it.
So I think it's really important for them to know, for your parents to know that 5s have a great deal of emotion. And at the same time, you.
Are you okay? Did you lost a limb or something?
This is one of the things I think it's really important. The 5, 6, and 7s have the greatest humor of all types, and especially like, what? Did you lose a limb while you were gone for one day? Right? It's like, what happened?
So basically, I knew that I was actually a type 5 because I consider being a type 5 is your own way, your perspective, your own needs, your own goods.
Yes.
So, for example, like I could just stay like maybe like 3 weeks, 2 weeks by myself in the house, and yet I feel like perfect. It feels very good. And like, for example, there was maybe like, that was like probably last week, we had like a group project, and then nobody did anything. I had to like see what the hell is that project. And then I went and saw it, and I'm like, I'm just gonna create my own stuff, and then give it to the teacher, because I don't want to, it's not my problem that they didn't do their stuff. It's only my, experience.
And if I'm hearing correctly, you didn't want to force them, the other team members, to do it, so you just did it yourself.
Yeah, like you do what you do, I'm gonna just do it
myself. Yeah. It's another way of not being controlled. It's different than the 8s and the 9s, but it's like they didn't do their work. You wanted to do it, and you did it.
Yeah, like in a happy day or like in a very good day, I feel, very open. I just do anything I want, and then if it's like a very, this day was horrible, I couldn't even sleep in the bus or anything like that, I would just go back home, be on the bed, maybe pass out or something, and then I wake up, and then maybe everything is fine. I just think it was just because of the bus, why should I be sad? Just cheer up,
Yes.
So basically that's what happens. I just, don't really, if I'm sad, I don't become sad anymore, because I know why I'm sad.
So you have an understanding of why you're sad. So you have insight into your emotions.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Your mom's a 5.
Yeah.
Dad's a 7.
Yeah. My dad.
What's he? 1? Oh, okay.
And has some second.
Maybe.
7, 1.
The brother is 7.
Oh, and my brother is 7.
Okay.
But although
thank you. I knew there was a 7 somewhere.
we are very different, and yet we're very alike. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Very strange. I don't like to really go outside, and yet he goes outside every day. Or maybe, for example, I go to school and then someone's annoying me. He's also the same person that's annoying my brother, so we both just hate him in the same way, exactly the same way. And then maybe just staying at home doing nothing. He does the same thing too. And those stuff.
He just does it a little bit more genuine, probably.
Exactly.
A little bit more energy. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. And we go to type 6s. So okay, I'm here. We're here together.
He's here too.
Okay. And 8s are perfectionists.
We're here. We got their back, right?
Okay. Can you please say your name and?
My name is Farida, and I'm 13 years old.
Tell us, please, how would you like parents to treat you? What would you like from them, more or less?
I'd don't think I have a problem with freedom because my mom gives me all the freedom I need, but I don't like to be put under pressure. So if I'm not doing something and you want me to do it, don't put pressure on me. You can tell me, but you don't have to be demanding.
Give you space?
Yeah, you can give me my space, and if you want me to do it, I'll do it, but I don't have to do it in the time that you say. I can do it in my own time.
Yeah. That's important, because it does feel like pressure, doesn't it? And what happens when you're under pressure?
I get really annoyed that I won't do anything. Not the thing that she asks me to do, not anything. And I would like you to talk to me about my day. I'd like you to take more care.
So you want them to, you want mom and dad to inquire into how your day was.
I want them to get involved.
You want them involved in your life, and sixes like to talk about how their day went. They like to process. Is that what you're liking? You like to process?
I like to tell people how I feel. I don't like to keep it inside. When I keep it inside, it just puts way more pressure on me.
Yes. Is that because you start thinking about it?
Yes, I make lots of scenarios in my head.
What kind of scenarios?
Like, I had a scenario if like a thief came into my room, how I'll escape, and if I have many scenarios for many things.
I had a scenario last night where somebody came in and was trying to kill me, and I had a few scenarios too. Mine involved bullets and sharp knives. Probably different for you, right? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Farida.
My name is also Farida. I'm 17. I'm type 6.
How did you know that you're type 6?
I actually didn't know at first. I couldn't pick at the very end of the course. I was between the 3 and the 6, and everyone had to go around and see which type they are, and I just couldn't pick. They told me, Frida, just pick one, and I was like, I can't pick. I kept thinking about it, like, what if I pick the wrong one and that's not me?
Oh, what if I...
And I was sitting there and I couldn't pick, and everyone around me seemed to know which type I was except me, and everyone was like laughing, and I just couldn't pick, and then Nataliia just told me, like, just pick one, and I was like, yeah, I picked the 6, and then everybody was like, yeah, Farida, it's so obvious, and then I wasn't convinced still, and then I went to the second course, and there I realized that, wow, this is me, like, I really do this, and the one thing that really, like, I connected with me was the doubt. I'm constantly doubting everything, and I have to think about everything for a long time, otherwise I won't be able to do it.
So we do think.
Yeah, I love that. You're the types that have the most difficulty landing on a type is type 9 and type 6. And it's different reasons. Type 9 see themselves in everyone, and type 6 is fearful of being seen as inadequate or incompetent. So one of the things for you to know is every decision can be remade. It's not written in stone.
Yes, he told me, like, just pick one, and if you think that's not you, you can change it later. So
That's
I just picked one, and I was like, let's just go with it and see how this goes.
Yeah, you're good. I love that.
Okay. And the question about the parents. How would you like to be parented?
I wanted to worry less about me, because I would already think of every possible bad thing that can happen. For instance, this year, like a couple of months back, me and my friends decided to go to the Red Sea together alone, and I asked her how, and she was like, no. And I was like, why? And she was like, well, what if something happens, you won't have any adults with you? And I can't really talk to someone, so I wrote everything down, and then I gave it to her, and I was like, Mom, first of all, I'm 17, we're all 17, I think we're like, not grown-ups, but we're capable of taking care of ourselves, and I've already thought of like every bad thing that can happen. So if someone got sick, I've got the medication with me, don't worry. Like I have this little pouch and have like medicine and band-aids and everything, and I already thought out like, what if the supermarket is too far away? And I asked them, and they were like, no, it's within walking distance. So I already am prepared for everything, so I just want them to trust me. and know that I know what I'm doing.
And know that you've got their back, right?
Yes,
you can take care of them too.
Exactly. It's
Right.
natural. It's natural for parents to worry about their children, obviously. I just want them to trust me in certain things. Like you worry, and I worry more than you.
Do you worry for them or just for you?
No, I worry for everyone.
Okay. It's enough worry. Thank you for worrying for us. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing. And we will proceed to type 7. Or should we skip?
Wow. They have been really patient. You've got to give them applause for that. Just thank you for being so patient.
Keep the phone closer so we'll hear. And please say your name and how old you are.
My name is Iman. I am 11 years old.
So please tell us, how did you know that you're type 7?
I started to notice some stuff that I do that the type 7 does.
Which,
for example, I can't, like, if I'm picking something, I can't pick one thing because in my mind, I'm going to be missing out on the other. So, like, if I have to choose between a burger or pizza, I have to take long because if I choose the pizza, I won't be able to eat the burger. If I eat the burger, I won't be able to eat the pizza.
Did you have a little piece of each?
I asked.
You should ask. Good.
And another one, if I'm reading a book, I used to read books with pictures, and it would be on the other page of what I'm reading. I have to cover it because if I'm reading, I would spoil the book if I look at the other thing.
So you wanted to look at the other page, at what is ahead.
Do you generally do that? You go ahead and look? Oh, okay. Read the end first?
And what did you start doing? What did you invent?
It's I'm on one page, it's the other page. And there's a different font or anything different or exciting. I would start glancing on that page and then just until I read the entire thing and then I know I finally realize what I did. I'm oh no, what did I do?
Okay, so would you please tell us how would you like to be parented? What advice you can give to any parents thinking of type 7?
I'd like my parents to be more adventurous. So if I'm with them and there's something I want to see or do something exciting, I want to do it. I don't want to be bored and just if I'm at a museum, it's boring just looking at stuff. I'm not doing anything.
Right.
I want to go to a carnival or I don't know, the pool.
To be more spontaneous.
I also want them to give me more freedom. They already do. If I ask to go to my friend's house, they don't say no.
So what's freedom for you actually? What would you see? I'm freedom.
Freedom is I'm on my own. I do my own decisions. They're not there to decide for me. I am there to decide my own what I want. Or if I'm in my room and I have to go to sleep, they would come 5 times into my room and tell me to go to sleep. I'll be and I get really angry because the more you come, the longer it's gonna take.
Right? They're disturbing you, right? They're disturbing you. Take some time.
If I have 1 more minute, I'm watching YouTube, it would have to take 3 minutes because I have to talk to them. Then because I paused it, then I have to unpause it. Then it takes then it loads. Then it takes more time.
Because you answer it in your mind. The mind is
It's true. It's they're interrupting you, and it takes more time. They could just get chill and let you do it, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I love that. That's one of the great things that we're getting here. I think you all hear this is they want more freedom, and at the same time, they're here. They finally got to talk, and at the same time, this freedom. We want you to have freedom, and we also want to protect you. So it's a little hard for us. So you just have to tell us what kind of freedom you need, freedom to go to sleep when I want to go to sleep. So, and I need 2 minutes without you interrupting so I can finish this YouTube thing. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Go on.
Am I in your age?
I'm not gonna slide off, am I? I want you to be seen, because you've been hiding behind me, talking in my ear. By the way, Anji's ears, you know Anji, the bunny rabbit? Those ears talk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
She's like, picked it up. You picked it up immediately.
Go for it.
Okay, please, your age and your name.
My name is Hamza. I am 13 and I'm a type 7.
No, great. How did you know you're type 7?
A lot of things. To be honest, she said half of the things I wanted to say anyway, but I'll say it again.
Well, you can always make something up.
Yeah, I can make something up. Yeah, so, for example, I'm watching a TV series, okay? And I'm enjoying this TV series a lot, but I want to finish it now because I want to start another one. So that's one example. I want to finish it, but I'm enjoying it. I want to finish it because I want to start another one. That's an example. I'm always waiting for what's next.
Yes. So are you planning for what's next? So while you're finishing the one series, have you already picked out the other series that you want?
I'm watching something right now, and I have 12 things that I want to watch.
Wow. I wish we had 12 heads.
And I absolutely hate rules and restrictions. That's something I absolutely have to avoid, okay? And let's say...
Why do you hate them?
Because I want to do what I want to do. Don't tell me what to do. What's the point of telling someone what to do? Just let him do what he wants to do. My mom's an 8, okay?
Where is she? Is she over there?
She's over there. She's right over there.
Yeah, no, I know. She's fairly controlling. You know? I met you. Oh, hey, is this what I brought for you? Did I bring this to you? Is this what I brought? Nazreen, is this what the clothing I brought? Thank you. You're welcome. My pleasure. I brought him his clothes from you.
It's all over.
So, as I say, my mom's an 8, and type 8 is controlling. Everyone knows type 8 is controlling. And I'm a type 7, and I hate being controlled.
That's a type of control, by the way.
Hate being controlled is a type.
Yeah, hate being controlled. Hating being controlled is a type of control.
Yes.
All types control. All types control.
I would be doing something, it's kind of like what she said. I would be doing something, and my mom would come in and she would say, I have to sleep 5 more minutes. No, sleep right now. 2 more minutes. No, right now. And she'd tell me to go study, for example. And I'd say, okay, I will go study. And then she come. That was actually, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't remember when it was. She told me to study. I told her, okay. Then I went inside and I got on the phone and I was talking to my friend and it was a long call. We were having fun. And she came in and she was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm talking on the phone. She took the phone away and I was so angry.
Yeah.
So I had to study that.
Yeah.
But I was so angry inside. I hate rules, I hate being controlled. Yeah.
You know, I could tell you something like this. You could say, I am preparing to study by having a conversation about what it is that I'm going to study.
She would not take that. She would not.
Wouldn't. She wouldn't buy that. I don't think she's
Okay.
It's a good part.
Hamza, I would like to ask you, this is what you would like her to do last. What would you like her to do more?
What would I like my parents to do, or what would I like?
The parents, of course, not you. To make you more comfortable.
Yeah, that's number one. I would like you to, I don't know how to say this,
Give it a shot.
less rules, please. Less restrictions, less rules, and stop giving me orders. Stop doing that. Please.
Because,
look, I'll tell you because what.
okay.
I'm doing something that's making me happy. I'm fun. I'm having fun. And then my mom comes in, do this, do that, do this, do that, and she gives me like 10 things to do at the same time. I'm doing one of them, and then she comes when I'm doing this one. Why did you not do the other things I told you to do?
What am I supposed to do?
Well, you know, because 8s know that 7s are multi-talented generalists, we think that you should be able to juggle all 10.
We are, but in what we do, not what you want us to do.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Hamza, very much. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for sharing, for being open, and actually for teaching us.
This is a treasure. This is a treasure in reality.
Yes.
How can advice we get from our children.
I mean, I'm going to go stand over here. I don't want to stand in front of you, so would you move over to my chair? Thank you. Wow. You know, this is really important teaching. Oh, okay. This is important teaching that we're getting from them. My grandbaby calls me BB, which also happens to be the name of the baby hippo at the zoo that is like turned into, I know, right? Okay, never mind. Thank you from Natasha and I, and especially you guys, thank you, because you are telling us exactly what you need for us to know. And you know this is how you felt, you know? This is how you felt as children, regardless of your type, right? So the children teach us how to be with them. And if we can do that, that's really important. It's very important. I want to thank you, Natasha.
Thank you, Debbie, very much.
It was amazing. Notice how she controlled me, though? she kept me on course, right? This
is the important information, please.
Yes.
This is the website, and
this is for adults.
And the one game and something that I didn't put here that I should have, the www.enneagramegypt.com, that we all work together and all for one purpose,
right,
and all for upbringing the consciousness for the future.
ConsciousDimensions.com is for parents and educators. It's a website that I created to help you understand your children, to understand our tools that you see in our avatars and our books. And thank you for teaching us how to be with you, all of you. We very, very, very much appreciate it. Thank you. We're going to take 1 or 2 questions. And can we kill this behind? Oh, no, better not, better leave it. Any questions?
Yes.
Yes. I know we're like 1 minute
Thank
over.
you.
But
You have to please use the microphone for the cameras for the.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Deborah. I always see a thin line between the 8 and 6. Okay. But today I discovered that also 8 has. Not an anxiety, sometimes
yes,
having
anxiety.
doubts.
Yes.
I just need to know from where the doubts come in 8.
I don't have doubt. That's a big difference.
Okay.
No
but
doubt.
just when as you said to Farida, okay, I also sometimes has bad scenarios. Is that usual?
Are you type 6?
No.
Type 8?
Yeah.
So, type 8 and type 6 view the world as a dangerous place. Many of the people who are 6s in my life, I travel with 6s a great deal, think that I have more worst case scenarios than they do. The difference, the line is, I'm terrified that something's going to happen to someone I love. And if I let you in my heart, if you let someone in your heart, that makes them very dangerous. Because if something happens to them, it's like it happened to us. Because we have a tendency as 8s to keep people at bay. And if anything, if something happened to my granddaughter, I think I would die. So, yeah. And the 6s are just worried about
to add
everything.
something? Thank you very much. So did you want to add something about this, but very quickly, in a shortage of time, about being afraid? 1 sentence.
Yes, it's anxiety, not necessarily fear, but the fear is different.
Well, honestly, as for myself, I think of others by protecting them, and I forget myself in the process by actually I can take risks and put my life on the line, and I will just think of you to put you away from the danger. So I don't think of myself, even if I have to sacrifice myself, but I'll just have to save you, I'll put you away from danger.
Yes.
And the reason is because if we love you, if we love these
We put you in
people,
our heart.
Yes.
yeah, and when they get in our heart, we're kind of screwed in a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it like that, but it's true. We're like, oh my God, if we let you in, generally we objectify people. And if we let you in, then it's hard for us.
If we lose them, it kind of breaks our heart.
Yes, it breaks our heart for sure.
One
Yes, please. Let me get off it.
This is something for all parents. For
Let
your
me fix you
children.
for a minute.
Yes, please.
For your children, don't think that they need school to succeed in life.
Yes.
Because they can do way more stuff other than
Yes.
school. Maybe they, like, after they finish school, they can make great stuff, not even using the things that they used in school. So if they get bad marks, bad grades, maybe they're not the best at school, they don't have many friends, screw it. They can do way more.
I love that you said that.
Yes.
You know, and this is actually here I'm going to step down too so we can highlight that.
Because
Great
they
job.
can do a lot.
Thank you so much.
Most of the children, she's right. And in the United States, we are actually trying to get children into trade jobs. They actually pay a lot more money than our liberal arts, graduates make. And so you don't have to just push education. Sometimes you can encourage trade or whatever the child wants. Could be, yes?
Thank you. Sorry, there was one question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then you, one, and then you, mine, and then, or no, it was you, okay. Okay.
We as parents are recently exposed to a lot of parenting schools and education and positive discipline, and so many schools is around us now. And how can we try in a simple way to be a bit coherent in that?
So there's a lot of people telling us how to live our lives. I think if we rest into understanding ourselves as parents, we're going to know what's best for us. And if we can if we can hold our type loosely and bring presence to every moment, I think we're going to know what to do. Because in that instance, God is unfolding through us. And it's not going to be, a mistake is not going to be made. And if we make a mistake, they're going to help us to know something different. Everybody believes they have a specific way to do something, but the most important thing to me is understanding your type, beginning to hold it loosely, be present, listen to understand your children, do not listen to respond. It's the best advice. It means don't come with an answer, predetermined. Really listen intently to hear what they're saying. Don't think you know. And if you think you know, ask them to go for a more deeper inquiry into what they're saying. Because the song, children teach your parents well. That's what we're looking for here. They will teach us. They come in, by the way, our children come in much more conscious than we did. So we're talking about the spiral. They're much more conscious than we are when we come in. And because we've worked on ourselves, we help them to come in more conscious. So they're already a couple steps ahead of us. We just need to listen to them.
One adding, no, somebody was here to add, and then one question, unfortunately. I really wanted to add something.
So if you're doing things that other than studying and preparing for school, it isn't actually useless, because we view things other than other people view. So if we are doing something that we see that it doesn't contain any conflicts, then why would I change it? Why would I do something other than that?
Again, this is them teaching us. They know. They know. Thank you. That's absolutely correct. I believe that.
Thank you very much. And the last question. We run out of time.
It's a personal question, actually. So I have a kid who is 4, She is only 7, okay? And she's very sensitive. No offense to the 4s, but I feel like sometimes that is really overwhelming from one point, and sometimes I feel like I really cannot know what to do about that, how to deal with that constantly when it's like round the clock. And at the same time,
what is your type?
I'm 7.
Oh, yeah.
So the most important thing for you to do, yes, the most important thing for you to do is listen to them and realize that you don't have to fix them. But go ahead.
We can ask. I want to add one more thing. I have another kid, so I feel like I'm giving too much attention to the 4, and the other kid, she's younger, but she always feel like I'm taking like extra care of her sister, and she always like she says stuff like you trust her more, you listen to her more, and if there is something went on, she's really messy. I don't know her type yet because she's only 5. She said like if she lies to me.
So I'm going to stop you. Okay. I'm going to stop you for a reason. And I'm going to stop you for a reason. And I'm going to say this. Your work is to get in and down and to do your own work.
Yes.
That's it. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by your children, you need more work on yourself. And I'm not just speaking to you, I'm speaking to anyone, but this is, and I don't want you to go on because I don't want these kids to feel bad.
Yes.
I'm going to protect them at all costs. Go ahead, sweetie.
1 minute. Yeah. I'll try to be quick, but I understand that through this process of consciousness and increasing awareness, people on this journey try to make their kids lead a trauma-free life, but you have to appreciate that she has to live through her fixation, and there's no getting around that.
As well as the parents.
Yes, of course. And 4s are usually jealous types and feel the deficiency, and no matter what you do, she will probably still feel that. There's no getting around that she has to suffer in order to later transcend this suffering. Don't try, there's no quick fixes, you can't avoid her going through this, but what you can do is help her understand it better so that when it's time for her to transcend, when she's suffered enough, she'll have a vivid recollection of what she's been through that will help her take off quicker.
So my God, that's amazing. Yeah, right? And this is an 18-year-old talking to us about fixation.
Yes.
That's number 1. By the way, my daughter is a type 4. She is now the director of international communication at Google. She made it. And her 9 brother felt like he was ignored, and he made it too. He's great as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, we do have to finish, unfortunately, with so many questions still to come. Please be free to contact us. And thank you, Debbie. Thank you, all the parents and all the parents.